Mother's Day to all of you, and welcome to another Release video. And before we start about this game, I wish a happy Mother's Day to all viewers watching. Hope you have a nice Mother's Day and this day, spending time with your mom and taking out to restaurants when we can, since it's the COVID-19 restrictions and stuff. Now, since today's Mother's Day, I want to let my mom talk about the Leafs and Habs game. She does speak Tamil like most of the time, but today I want to honor her to talk about the Leafs and Habs video. So I speak Tamil, so Amma means mom, so don't get confused. Okay? So Amma, take it away.
Leafs beat the Habs 3-2 and clinched the divisions. They were down 2-0 until the Canadians made some mistakes. Ingford scored, the Nylanders scored, and
Win the division, and now we'll have to see who they'll play. Will they play the Jets or will they play the Habs? The Jets, well, we'll talk about them in a moment, but it's not believing for the Jets as they're crumbling under pressure at the end of the season. So it was 2-0 at first for the Habs until the Habs had some technical mistakes. Number one, Engvall's goal, it wasn't even a screen. Here's Engvall, he scored, and Allen didn't even see the puck. The next goal, it was just a great pass from Tavares, and then before the Marner goal, Matthews and Marner were talking amongst each other. I'm going to do this, he's going to do that. And then they win the faceoff, and they score. I mean, Matthews and Marner are an elite duo. So now that the Leafs game is talked about, let's talk about some other games that happened. So we know that who's going to be taking that final spot in the Tampa division. Nashville's going to clinch the final spot. Dallas is out, and it's going to not feel good for Dallas because Dallas had COVID protocols. They had Sagan out for most of the season. Then Bishop was out for the season because of the injury issues. But the young Riders look bright as Jason Robinson continues his perfect rookie year. But it's going to be sad to see that for the first time in 7 years, a team that made it to the Stanley Cup Finals is going to miss the playoffs, and that is the Dallas Stars. The LA Kings did it in 2014-15. They missed the playoffs. They missed the playoffs in 2014-15 after winning the Cup in 2014. So, speaking of, now, remember I told you about the Jets game, it was still a little bit lopsided. Now, 2 wins in their past 11 games, and now they could either play the Oilers or the Leafs. If they play the Oilers, they'll have to contain a David Draisaitl line. If they play the Leafs, they'll have to hope they do not lose at home because the Leafs have been great on the road in Winnipeg. They have not lost in Winnipeg since Patrick Laine scored a hat-trick, but if the Leafs are going to prove they won the division, they'll have to win one round, which they haven't won since 2003. And we keep on saying this until the playoffs start. So speaking of the playoffs, we've got 2 matchups that are set to go. Nashville will take on Carolina, and the Tampa Bay Lightning will take on the Florida Panthers. Tampa Bay and Florida, these 2 teams, we have the first time the battle of Florida, California. Tampa's hot starters, and with Kucherov Stamkos coming back, we'll see how they'll contain Barkov and Huberdeau. And the goalies, we've got Spencer Knight against Andre Vasilevsky. Vasilevsky's going to win the Hart Trophy, but we'll see how that goes. And, so that's one of the matchups. The next matchup, we got Nashville Carolina. Carolina has taken, if I can do the numbers, Nashville, they only lost 2 games to Nashville for Carolina. And their stars, Aho, Svechnikov, Taro Teravainen, Winston Trocheck, and their goalies with Mrazek, Nikovic against UC Stars and Pecorine. We'll see how this series goes, but it's going to be a lot of physicality. Now, speaking of physicality, Connor McDavid reached the 100-point plateau as he had 4 points in that game. That's right, 4 points. They clicked the 100 points. Now, we all thought he's going to get 100 points. But in how many games? Well, 53 games as he joins Marlon Yu as the only player to score 100 points in just 53 games. That's unbelievable for a speedster that had 100 points in almost every game since winning it in 2016-17 season. So we'll see how tomorrow goes, as now that the playoffs have been clinched, we'll see who clinches the last Scotia North playoff spot and who will play the Toronto Maple Leafs in the first round. So hope you guys stay safe and have a Mother's Day to all of you. Peace out.